Hey, we're live.
There it is. It's live. We had a finger on the trigger. Who can press first?
And we don't know who pressed it first. We don't know.
Wow.
I think
No,
it was
no.
me, though. I think it was me.
Yeah, I think it probably was. Especially because you're wearing your Adobe t-shirt looking all official for a
Yeah.
change.
Now then. Yeah, come on.
Oh, look at that. And you've got your jacket draped casually in the background.
I have. I do.
And you've got your, what is it, a unicorn?
Stardust. Yes.
Stardust.
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 Stardust. The Adobe unicorn. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, one and all. This is the COP29 Climate Change Challenge. Climate Change Challenge, all the C's. COP29 Climate Change Challenge. Why not?
Yes.
So, what is COP29?
Well, it's a conference that's going on right now over in Baku, in Azerbaijan, where a lot of world leaders have all kind of gone to a really important meeting where they're discussing ways that all the countries of the world can hopefully work together to slow down climate change.
Yeah, exactly that. There's some controversial things coming out of there, I think. Some stuff around coal, which didn't sound too positive, but that doesn't mean we can't be positive, does it?
That's right. Yeah, definitely. And today we're going to be looking at how we can make little changes so that we can help out rather than just relying on important politicians talking a lot about it.
Yeah, exactly. Change starts with a single step, doesn't it? Because things starts with the individual. So there you go.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, heavy. Right, Jones. Number one.
Hey, pause us if you want. If we're going too fast for you, just pause the live stream, okay? And keep on playing it when it suits you. A lot of schools do this, and some schools then will maybe don't carry on to the second challenge. If you want to do that, that's totally up to you. Saying that, Dom's going to be doing this challenge. Dom's over there. Dom's going to be doing these challenges on the browser, and then I'm going to be doing the challenges on the iPad. So that's going to build in some time for you to experiment with things as well when we pass back and forth. So, Dom,
Yeah.
rule number 2. Oh,
It's hard, isn't it? It
Duh.
really got my brain. I couldn't work it out.
rule number 2, man.
Rule number 2, man, is claim your certificates. I'll have to check. I do this every week, don't I? I have to check whether I've put that one in. I
I've
feel
done
like
more.
I have, but things are so busy that my mind is like a plate of scrambled eggs. I think it's in there, but I'll check. I'll make sure it's done by at least 4 o'clock when I'll email everyone and say, thanks for coming. Certificates in here. And I know a lot of people, they're really focused on the certificates. It's a big thing.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a big
Yeah.
deal. Number 3.
Well, you can earn your whole school a pizza party.
Well,
Do I
everyone
have
who takes part and is creative.
Yeah, do I have your
Mr.
attention?
Jones.
Do I have your attention yet? No, then. I'm sure you're listening now. So you can earn a pizza party for your school by earning 3 points. You need to collect 3 points to get a pizza party. And when you get your pizza party, you'll also get a plaque on the wall. Well, we won't put
Yes.
it on the wall, a plaque for you to put on the wall, saying that you are an Adobe Digital Leaders School. Yes, indeed. So how do we get these points? Well, to get 1 point, you need to take part in an Express School Challenge. And an Express School Challenge means that you get either 100 students, or if you're in a smaller school, everyone from year 3 to 6. So that's
Or
P4 to
P4
7.
to P7.
Yeah,
Very inclusive. Well done.
got it. To take part in at least one of the live lesson challenges. Now, obviously,
Yeah.
you can't get them all on the live stream because maybe you don't have enough devices, etc. So you can use the recording and watch it back. And a lot of the time, we'll also have little tutorial videos for you on the challenge page. Speaking of the challenge page, Dom, there it is.
Yeah.
Down there.
Exactly. And here it is right here. This is where it's at. The COP29 Climate Change Challenge, and this is called Stat Wars. Stat Wars, Stat Wars. And what's happening with Stat Wars? Well, maybe if Jones, maybe you can get the
It's done.
okay, thank you. So thank you. Yes, you can go to bit.ly/express climate. You can scan this QR code if you're on a devicey thing. Scroll to the bottom for info on the Express School Challenge. Do that at your leisure. Enter the Stat Wars competition. What's that all about? Well, Primary Engineer run this thing called Stat Wars, where you take on their climate change challenge, and there's £5,000 worth of prizes. Boom! And the thing that's really good about that is that what you have to do is you have to sort of work out what kind of things, what kind of devices you're using around your home. Here we go. And, you know, calculate sort of what that's doing to the environment and how much energy you're using, and also make some pledges in order to reduce that usage and see how it affects your data. One of the things they said to me, was, hey, people have a real problem with creating infographics. They don't do it that well. And I said, hey, I know someone who can help with that.
I tell you what.
Yeah, I said, Mr. Jones, he'll help you with that. No problem. And yeah, so we're going to put together an infographic using data. And you can see that in challenge 1. And then in challenge 2, we're going to take that data, we're going to animate it. Boom.
Yeah.
And make a little video. So it's going to be, it's kind of like two projects in one.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, we got our first Shemai's in, look.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Is it one for me, this one?
Yeah.
I think it probably is, isn't it? Shemai! Udos bus Caradog.
Caradog.
Carada, I knew it'd be that.
Yeah. And it's O. We're not speaking Portuguese. It's not Portuguese.
Oh, yeah, not speaking Portuguese, are we? Udos bus Caradog, Ysgol Ddwylan. Ddwylan.
Ysgol of Ddwylan. Very good, Tom. Very good. Very good. And then we got one more for you, look. Another one for you here.
Hi, guys. Prynawn da from a snowy. Blaengarw.
Very good. Blaengarw. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Come on, guys.
Blaengarw's up there in the valleys. Yeah. I think I was seeing that they got some snow going on there. We got none over here in Car then. Anyway, absolutely.
Oh, we've got a bit here. Hi from Groeg Ysgol Furness.
Yeah.
Llanelli again. Prynawn da.
Ooh, this last one. 64.
I can't do the numbers. I'm a bit
64. 64 o blant. 64 students are joining us from Furness today. Wowzers. Siomai, bawb.
Gwych.
Yeah. Ardderchog. Yeah, brilliant.
It's gwych means cool, doesn't it?
Gwych is excellent.
Ah, excellent. There you go. Yeah. Cracking.
Right.
Right. Should we get on with the show?
I'm waiting for you. Yeah.
Oh, are you? Right.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, fine. So let me go to my home screen. Share this tab instead. Okie dokie. Right. I think what we're going to start with is creating a flyer. So in order to do that, I'm going to press the plus up here, and I'm going to go down to flyer. I mean, we could do it in a video format now, but no. Going to start fire. You don't need me dilly-dallying around. Right. First thing we're going to do, Jones.
Name your project, please.
Yeah. Stat Wars Live. I'm going to call this Stat Wars Live.
Stat Wars Live.
Stat Wars Live. Exactly that. Now, you can see... so, well, you know what? Let's start with going down to Elements in the bottom left there. And then we're going to go to Backgrounds. Backgrounds are great. I mean, you can just go to media and search for a photo and put it in as a background if you like. But I'm going to do it this way. And I might do something like clouds. Now, there's all sorts of different types here. I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of mood you're in, I suppose. I suppose I kind of quite like this one. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's all right. But I mean, you can go through and select and just...
Ooh, some nice colours in there.
Yeah, there are nice colours in there, aren't there? I guess what you're trying to do is you're trying to find something that isn't going to give you too many problems when you start putting things on top. So maybe like a pale colour, something like that. Or if it's a really striking one, make it all a similar colour. I'm going to stick with that one.
Yeah.
Right. Now, what you'll see on, if I go here as well, is that Stat Wars, Climate Change Challenge. You've got that thing at the top now. Now, you could recreate that. And I think maybe I'll challenge Mr. Jones to recreate that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I go down here into my gallery, I've got a gallery down at the bottom of the challenge page. You can click there. Now, let me just check. Yes, that did come up. Now, it looks a bit weird, doesn't it? You're like, whoa, what's going on? Like, it's all dark. But actually, I'm going to like right click it, copy the image. You can't see me doing that, which is a bit of a shame. But then if I go to share this tab instead and come back here, I can right click on the side, paste it. And look at that. That was easy peasy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it'd be easy enough to recreate it.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to the challenge page, and you can go to the challenge page, go and get it. Stick it up the top. It gives you a little title. Stat Wars Climate Change Challenge. That's nice. But otherwise, here's Mr. Jones to do it from scratch for us.
Let's go, guys. Let's do this thing. Here we go. We're on the iPad. We're on the home screen of the iPad. Home screen of the iPad. So I'm going to tap on the plus icon in the top left-hand corner, and then I'm going to choose a flyer. So flyers there. It's going to open up the Adobe Express all-in-one editor.
Why did we choose flyer instead of graphic, Mr. Jones?
Because at the moment, the Creative Graphic doesn't use an A4 size canvas, which if you're going to print it out, you're going to have some white stripes on the side. So Flyer is A4. So as much as I like using those buttons on the homepage, Flyer is a better option at the moment. That hurt me to say that. But I have asked them to change it.
Have you really? That's brave.
Yeah.
Well By the way, can I just give a special shout out?
Of course you can.
My friend, Mrs. Minton Allen, is on. She's live. She's with us. Cool. Class 4 at the Grange. Special class.
Yo,
special school,
how are you?
Special teacher. The 3
Brilliant.
S's. There you go.
Right, I'm going to go to the elements on the left-hand side, and I'm going to, up the top, I'm going to scroll over to backgrounds, and I'm just going to search for maybe iceberg.
Iceberg?
Yeah, because,
Far out, dude.
Because, that's kind of what's happening with climate change, isn't it? It's like, our polar ice caps are melting.
That's true.
So,
ooh,
there's some really good ones in here. I like that.
Yeah.
Love that. Right, let's get some text on here. Add your text. So it's Stat Wars. What's the second bit say? What Stat Wars?
Climate change challenge.
Gosh. Okay. Climate change.
Oh yeah, all just in all one thing. Hey, you're not even gonna mix it up with a couple of fonts. Fine.
Nope. Because I'm gonna use.
If you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not gonna.
Nope.
I'm not going to question your integrity or your quality.
Climate change challenge, and I'm just going to put a dynamic text layer on that, and boosh, we are happy with that. There we go. So the font, though, I'm not happy with. So
oh, nice, that did it well. Is that why you put the climate change challenge on the second line? You forced it with your enter key.
That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did.
Nice.
Right, so now I'm going to search for, there is a good font that I like for this kind of digital looking thing, and it's called Shuriken. So I'm going to go in and just start typing SHUR. There it is.
Oh, hello.
That's a good start.
Yes.
Font, I think. So I love an outline, so let's put an outline on there. And colors, I think the colors that I've got on my poster, on my background, are striking. So I'm going to pick that dark blue right at the bottom for my text fill. There we go. And then I'm going to use a pale blue, like this iceberg blue here, for my text outline. There we go. Wow. I'm just kind of reusing some colors from my background for my text, and it just starts tying all of this together. Okay, back to you, Dom.
Nice. I like what you did there, and I was surprised that you put an outline on your text. You never know.
What next, eh? What next?
Whatever next.
Whatever next.
My Stat Wars. I'm just going to put it in the center there. Boom, nice. And then if I go back to the challenge page here, now you can see I've got a list here of appliances, devices, machines, whatever you want to call them, that are typically used in my household. Now it may be that you want to make up your own, and that's absolutely fine, but you might also just want to use this as well. I've just noticed that car 6 hours is not true. That needs to be less. It needs to be.
Well, it could be, Dom. There's 2 cars.
6 hours a day.
Well, two cars, and then say that there's an hour's drive to work and back. That's
Well,
4
that's
hours.
true. There is that.
And then 2 hours of ferrying people around to piano lessons at night. It's
Yeah,
not.
netball,
Yeah. It's
tiddlywinks,
not
pottery
impossible.
class.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, well, that's it. So you can use these stats here if you want to. I mean, I probably would just to create your graphic. Why not? So I'm gonna go back to my tab here, and I'm gonna go down. Have we done this on a live yet? Charts and grids.
I don't know. I don't think we have.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that we have. This is brand new territory.
It
We're
is.
breaking new ground, guys. And then I'm gonna go to charts. And then I'm going to go down to the pie charts.
Ooh, pie.
Reddit loves a pie. What's your favourite type of pie?
It's going to be a savoury pie, and it's going to be something like steak and ale, that kind of thing. I love it. Oh,
Steak and ale pie?
yeah, I love a bit of that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What
Well,
I know
Melton
you.
Mowbray.
You're a sweet tooth than you. So you
No, I'm a Melton Mowbray man.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Love a bit of that.
I do love an apple pie, mind. I do love an apple pie.
Come on,
Yeah.
let's get on with this climate change challenge in hand, please. So I've put my pie chart in there, and what it does, it gives you item 1, 2, 3, 4, and it kind of gives you random values in there, and you can change this however you'd like. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the fingers on my trackpad just to zoom into this so you can see it properly. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting in things like car. And then value here, I think I'll put 3 hours. I'll make it a bit more realistic. And then you can get these from the challenge page. We've got oven. That's 1 hour to make steak and ale pie. Dishwasher. Is your dishwasher on every single day without fail?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like, you can either do a 2-minute 50 cycle or 2 hour 50 cycle or a 4 hour cycle.
Oh,
bananas.
The biggest I got is 2 hours is max for us.
Oh, hang on. Are you still there?
Can't you hear me? No.
Temporarily lost sound.
Do you hear me now? Oh, got an echo there. Can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah, back. Yeah, I can hear.
Well, I'm glad you can. I'm glad you can hear because we were having a really riveting conversation about dishwasher cycle times there. So,
well, washing machine is my other one.
Oh yes,
washing machine. Blimey, that's like minimum of 3 hours. Yeah. And then I've got you see down the bottom here it says add new item. So it only gives you 4 by default. I'm going to go to add new item. Here's going to be tablet. I'm going to say, how many hours did I say back here? 3. That's a lot. And then the last one will be TV. And that's going to be 2. Right. So now you can see we've got kind of this spread here. We've got this spread of different things, different devices that we're using by the hour. Now, what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to click on my chart again, and you can see down the side here on the left-hand side, you can see all the way over here. There we go. Next to our labels are different colors. Now, you know, Jones will have a very strict policy on what colors he chooses. I'm a little more cavalier, and I'm just going to go in and select ones which are bright. Oh, that one's right bright. I'm going to use that.
Hey, St. David's are here. Now then. Welcome to you.
Welcome to you too.
Smallest city in Wales. Smallest city in the UK.
Yeah, smallest city in the UK. I've been loads of times to St. David's. Love it.
Yeah,
place.
Lovely down there. Yeah,
it is lovely. So I'm just selecting colours which, quite frankly, are garish and bright. But the reason why I'm doing that is so that they can be distinguished from the one next to them. The only one that I'm kind of not getting right here is TV and car. Are very similar. So let's go to TV and use a bleu. So there we go. And you can see down the bottom that it's got, it's actually color coded the key. That's the key down there. Now, if I went into, if I scrolled, no, I don't want bar charts. I want pie charts. You can see you've got different types that you can choose. You can change them so they've got no values, so that the values sit around the outside. Sorry, the labels and the values sit around the outside. You can also do it as a donut, if you
Love a
prefer
donut.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a donut. But I think this one's good where it kind of labels them underneath. I like
Yeah.
that. So there we go. That's my data done. The one thing I will just reiterate here is that rather than car being 6 hours, I changed it to 3. I thought that was more realistic. I have done that in my practice go. I just forgot to change it.
Yeah, and you guys are in school, you can kind of change those numbers to what you can have a rough guess of, how long your households use these different things for, and change. You can even swap some of the things out if you haven't got a dishwasher, swap it for something else.
Yeah, exactly.
An air fryer. Have you got an air fryer?
An air fryer. A smoothie maker.
Yes.
3 hours of smoothie making and
yes. A yogurt maker, perhaps.
a basket weaver.
Yeah.
Stop in. It's just about creating a good infographic. That's
yeah.
what it's about.
3D printer, an hour a day on that. Right. So here we go. On the left-hand side, I've tapped on charts and grids. And now I'm going to go to charts. And then I'm going to pick a pie chart. Doesn't really matter which one, because we can change all of those options later on. No big deal. So now then, on the left-hand side, we're going to change these item names. So the first one, let's put in there laptop. And my laptop is on for the entire day, so 8 hours. It is. Here we go. Here I am. And then what else are we going to have? Car. So then our cars don't move around that much. I'd say maybe a total of 2 hours a day. And then the oven is on a lot. I do like cooking low.
You love cooking, don't you?
I do like cooking, yeah, with a low oven, low heat, long time.
Right. Yeah.
You've changed. Your microphone has switched to something that sounds a little bit echoey there, Dom. So I don't know whether you want to rectify that. And then I'm also going to put in here a tablet.
Oh yeah. Is that any better?
Yeah, that is much better. Yeah. So the tablet gets way more use than it should. I'm going to say that gets about 2 hours.
Yeah, Mini Mirror, this is on that tablet all day long.
Yes, she does. Like, gets home from school and then sneaks away into the living room. And then she'll watch both. She'll have the TV on and on the tablet. That's so there we go. So let's put TV, and that's probably something like on for 3 hours a day. Sometimes it's just on its own, which is something that we can speak about later on.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. So I've done that. I am going to change my colours, but not...
I should hope so. I mean, it's just an absolute blur to me.
I'm not going to do it quite yet, because I've actually got a really cool idea. So I'm going to save it. So if you want to use my cool idea, you can save it too. Now then, you can decide whether you want the legend, or not. So I do want the legend. I don't want the labels. So let's get rid of those labels. And then, numbers makes more sense than percentages, because these are hours spent using these different things. Right. You could also change your font here. So why don't I use the same font, the Shrikan font there? So I've just changed the font. So I'm going to leave it there for a bit.
Yeah, it's bizarrely readable, that font, even in small.
It's what? It is
It's
readable.
actually really readable, even when it's small, that font, which is surprising. You wouldn't think so.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Right. So I'm going to pause there, I think. And yeah. There's something cool coming up. Yeah, there is something cool coming up. You're going to love it.
I mean, I don't know why he's not telling me. Right. I'll just carry on my own then. Fine. Right. So we've got our Stat Wars Climate Change Challenge graphic. We've got our...
Hang on. We're not on your screen. We're not on your screen.
Well, you're not... Oh, come on then.
There we are. Right. Do it.
There we go. So we've got our Stat Wars Climate Change Challenge. We've got our graphic in here. We've used colours, which are easy to distinguish between, easy on the eye. But the one thing that we've got is we've got these numbers in here. Car 3, dishwasher 4, tablet 3, and all the rest. But 3 what? 3 squirrels?
Yeah,
I have no idea. Yeah. So I'm going to go to text on the left-hand side, add your text. And what am I going to write in here? Just let me go and check what I wrote last time. I can't even remember now. I wrote Aha. There we go. Energy devices that we use on a daily basis measured in hours. There we go. It could just be like energy devices measured in hours. You know, if it doesn't, you don't have to write the complete thing right now. It's, you know, we're using the tool so you can play around with it later. Energy devices that we use on a daily basis measured in hours. Or you could just put like energy devices measured in hours, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to text layouts on the left hand side. I'm going to go to dynamic. That'll sort of make it into this box, which is cool. Oh yeah, put it onto 2 lines. That's good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it up. So that's kind of why I like this, you know, this kind of gathering of clouds down at the bottom. Kind of gives us a nice little space that we can.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it does give that. Now, what I might even do here is have it selected, go to text spacing, and bring the line spacing down.
Oh, nice.
Because then I can really tuck it into that cloud area. There we go. And then, you know, if you're happy with that font, go with it. If you're really meticulous about your fonts, don't know who that would be, then, you know, you can go down and check it here and, you know, come up with a new one. Not necessarily sure it always makes it better. That one's quite good. Kind of seems to be relatively similar to the one at the top. So there we go. Measured in hours is really big now, which is good because it gives a good explanation to the numbers, which is in our chart there. Right, that's a little thing. And I think just before we hand it back over to Jones, I think we'll probably decorate our chart or our pie chart here with some elements. So if you go to elements on the left hand side, go to design assets. You don't have to go to design assets. You could search all, but generally I would think design assets the one I'm going to go for. I'm going to put car in there. Oh, that's a cool car. Like that. Great. Now car is the green one. I know that because I'm looking at my key. Well done, me.
Yeah.
Next one is going to be dishwasher. Am I going to find a dishwasher?
Yes, you are.
Assets.
Of course you are.
Of course I am. Of course you are.
Of course he is.
Of course I am. And then I'm going to get it. I'm going to pop it there. So you always got to make sure that you're popping it next to the color it relates to. Yeah. Yeah. So next one would be okay, okay. So tablet would be the next one, not to be confused with like a tablet that you would have like medicine. Don't want to be doing that.
No, sir.
No, sir. And then
not 3 hours.
Graphics, you see. Yeah, no. 3 hours of medicine. And then tablet, that's the yellow one. Do you know what? I feel like I'm going to flip that. We don't often do flips, so just make sure you know where it is. It's over here. If I give that a little tap, boom.
Woo!
Yeah, I know. Radical. And then we've got oven. So you can be doing the same time as me before we go over to Mr. Jones and see what incredible thing he's got going on there. Because he keeps on boasting about it. Oven. You know this one. Oven needs to go in the pink. Now I've got a dilemma here, Mr. Jones, because the oven is quite big, but my oven section is quite small.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just put a foot in there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That's fine, guys. Yeah. Washing machine. I mean, this is absolutely cracking television. This washing machine. What am I looking for? Oh, these aren't quite the washing machines that I was expecting. Oh, that was great.
Hello.
Yeah, that was born in the 80s. I love it.
Yeah, still going strong.
Yeah, I know exactly. It's still shaking the entire house. Yeah.
No built-in computer on that. Just one of those clicky dials. That's all it is.
You have to set it by your pocket watch.
Yeah.
And then do we get an old school TV? Yeah, maybe. Can you remember having a TV like one of those?
Yeah, I remember a black and white one that you had to tune in.
Oh, yeah, I was there. That was my time.
Yeah.
That was my time to shine. Right, there we go. I'm done.
Go on,
looking great. I'm looking absolutely marvellous, in fact. I'm really pleased with that. Right, Jones, you've built yourself up now.
I know. It's not that exciting. It's not. It was just a little.
Better up be.
I know. I feel like I've built it up now. It's a problem. Right, here we go. So let's duplicate this text at the top. Okay, so tap the text, 3 dots, and then duplicate. Here we go. We got another Stat Wars Climate Challenge. So I'm going to
St.
bring that
Winifred's
down.
Catholic Primary School is here, by the way.
Whoa, whoa!
They've been desperately trying to get a shout out. We just thought it was someone being naughty, but it's
My
your teacher, St. Winifred's. Well done.
my grandmother's name was Winifred.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. So, show
I
my
bet she
eyes.
made a good steak and ale pie, didn't she?
She did. She made the best homemade chips, in a saucepan on the hob at home. Oh, dear me. Right. What am I typing here? Oh, yeah, measured in hours.
I bet you had Fireman Sam on speed dial, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, I'd never make chips like that, ever. It's just, yeah, anyway. Cool. There we go. So I got that measured in hours there. Do you know what? That's a bit over the top. I'm going to bring it down in size.
Oh,
And do you
no,
know
I
what?
thought it was good.
I'm going to switch those colors around. I think that's going to work quite nicely as well. Yeah.
Was that what
Right.
we were waiting for?
No, it isn't. This is what you were waiting for. Now then, Dom added those design assets, which is a great idea. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to search for a laptop in here. And then I'm just going to choose a laptop from the design assets. Maybe this guy here. Let's just pop that onto that segment of the pie chart. Now I'm going to change the color of that pie chart to a color that's on my laptop.
Is that what we were waiting for?
Yeah, and it's a great idea. So now I'm going to search for car.
Honestly. Honestly.
I think it's a
Talk
wonderful
about
idea.
Talk about snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Well, yeah, I know. I know you built it up a bit over too long a period. I think that was the problem. Car comes down here, so now I'm going to change the color of the car segment to the same color as. So I'm using the eyedropper tool. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Yeah,
And then
not bad. Not
I'm going to
bad.
search for an oven now. Here we go. Got an oven. That's that one there. And as Dom says, I know which one it is because I'm using the key at the bottom to check which color it is. And then obviously when I'm changing these colors, it's changing the key automatically, which is pretty nifty. And then let's just choose this nice shade of gray there. Yeah. And then I'm going to go to tablet. Pop, 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 pop. And let's just grab this one. Do you know what? I think the color of that is fine as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Spin it around is the rotate tool. And then my last one is TV. So I'm just going to search in here for television.
They're all very old school TVs in the design assets, I think.
Let's have a look. Oh, there's one there. Look, I'll use this. Do that. And then I'm just going to change the color of that segment of the pie chart to the same color as the TV. There we go. I know it's not that cool, but it was a little idea.
Oh, funny times. Right. Are we good to go?
Yeah. What's next?
Okay. Right, let's see what's next. Let me get myself on screen. Right. So that is a done graphic. We're a done deal here. We are a done deal. So if you want to, let me just check how long it's gone. Yeah, that's fine. If you want to, you can go in here and you can download it. And you can download it as a PNG or whatever. If you're going to print them out in the class, that is a good time to do it. PDF print is the best for printing, to be honest. I think the differences are so small you wouldn't even know unless you're a professional printer, but you do whatever you think is best. You can also press share as always. You can send it to Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, Google Drive, OneDrive, or create a view-only link. That means that you can share that with whoever you like, but it's not indexed on Google, which is always handy. But now that we've done our first challenge, it's time to go on to challenge 2. And just before we go and check that out again, go into the top right of your graphic, press the plus just up here. You can see it right in the corner here. Give it a plus, and then I'm going to go to duplicate.
Yeah.
Duplicate. Right. And we don't. I mean, it's not a. It's not a new feature or anything like that by any means, but I suppose we're just starting to do this more and more on lives as we just become more skilled with Adobe Express, I suppose. Is that not true?
Yes.
We are doing it more, aren't we?
Yes.
Honestly, it's hard to please some people. So that's so page 1 and page 2 are now exactly the same, right? Why are we doing that? Well, it's because if we go over to our, we've done our challenge 1, boom, done it, and then we go to challenge 2, animate your data. Animate your data. Using Animate from Audio, create a presenter for your carbon data infographic. You can also record a voiceover to highlight some of the data from your investigation. And you can see down here it says duplicate your challenge 1 graphic. Well, we've done that. We've just done that. Identify 3 things you could change. Record your voiceovers or, animate from audio, whatever it is, to present some of your ideas. So let's have a look at how we're going to do that. So let's go back to share this tab instead. I'm on my second page 2 of 2. Now, we're actually going to go. I don't know whether you knew that I was going to do this, Mr. Jones, but it's a sneaky little move. Go back up to the top right here, press the plus, and it says edit timeline. Add time to this page. Now, when I click that, what does this become, Mr. Jones?
A video project.
It does. It becomes a video project. Just simply by doing that, you've turned this into a video. So here we could, add a voiceover in here, for example. That could be one thing we could do. You could say, welcome to Stat Wars. Here's a pie chart on energy devices that we use on a daily basis measured in hours. So let's do that right now. Go to media, go to audio, record voiceover. Select the microphone that I want. It's this one here. Start recording. Hello and welcome to Stat Wars. Here is a pie chart on energy devices that I use on a daily basis, measured in hours. There we go. Now I've got my extremely long voiceover there. Now what you'll see on the bottom here is that it's put in a scene for me. Why did it do that, Mr. Jones?
Because your voiceover is longer than the scene you had. It basically keeps on recording and gives you an empty scene rather than extending the one that you got, which is what you'd prefer it to have done, really.
Yeah, I would have preferred that, but I can do that manually, I suppose, by clicking here and then just dragging out and out and out. So it's just hanging over the end of the voiceover. Boom. Nice. Okay, let's zoom back out, get this all on one page. Okay, so I can bring this back to the start and check it. Hope it's going to do the sound. Hello and welcome to Stat Wars. Here is a pie chart on energy devices that I use on a daily basis, measured in hours. Did you hear that?
Yes, it sounded really, really crispy. I liked it.
Really crispy.
Yeah.
Right, so if we look at our data here, we've got 6 things that we've identified that we're using on a daily basis. Now, I am going to choose 3 of them, which I think I can make a change to.
Yeah.
I think the first one would be car. I think that often, especially when the weather's not too good, we get in the car because we're like, oh, it's a bit cold outside.
Yeah.
And I think really, particularly for me, like when I drop my children at school, it's a bit like, is that far enough? It's not far enough, is it, to warrant getting in the car? So I think I'm going to go, car's going to go from 3 to 2, I think.
Yeah.
I'd probably like to bring it down to like 1, but I feel like I want to take a bit of a baby step there. And then the other one I think is tablet. 3 hours on the tablet. That's obscene.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring that down to 1. And then TV is currently 2 hours. I'm going to bring that down to 1 as well. Okay. So in my second scene here, if I just zoom out a bit, in my second scene here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, whatever, I can go over to elements on the left hand side. I go to backgrounds. Now I could choose the same background as last time, but maybe I'll choose something different just to mix it up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. Can you believe it?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you know what? I could put winds in here.
Winds.
Ooh. Yeah, winds.
The winds of change.
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. The winds of change. I think I'm going to do this one here because it's like a wish as well. Look at that. Just bringing all my metaphors together.
Nice.
Now, what I can do is I can go in here and I can select car. And then I could press shift and select TV. Keep my finger on shift and get the tablet. And then once that's in that little kind of temporary group there, do the 3 dots, copy it, go over to this here, and I could right click here, paste. There we go. Got them dead easy. I mean, you can just go and search for them again if you like. But I thought that would be a nifty way to do it. Maybe I'll put my car down here. Maybe I'll make my TV a bit bigger. And maybe I'll get my tablet and make that a bit bigger. There we go. Right. So what we're doing here, we're doing a voiceover, a new scene, and bringing across the 3 things that we think we can change. You ready, Jones?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So, voiceover first. So, well, first of all, we need to duplicate the project, duplicate the page. And before that, I suppose it's a good time for me to name my project because I haven't done that yet. So let's call this Stat Wars Infographic because that's what it is. Right, so save that. Now then, let's duplicate this page so that I've got this as a nice printable version. So top right-hand corner underneath my avatar, I'm going to tap on the plus icon and I'm going to choose duplicate. Okay, here we go. It's been duplicated. And what I'm going to do with this duplicate is I'm going to record a voiceover. So you can click on the plus, edit the timeline, but you can actually just you can just add your voiceover.
Wrong.
It'll sort out the timeline for you. So left-hand side, media, and then I'm going to go to audio, record voiceover, allow your microphone, okay? And then have a quick think about what you're going to say. Welcome to Stat Wars. Here's the energy. Here are the devices that I use measured in hours. Okay, here we go. It's going to count me down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Stat Wars. Here are the devices that I use in my house measured in hours. There we go. So it's the same as what you saw with Dom. My voiceover is a little bit longer than the kind of standard 5 seconds that it gives you when you turn it into a video project. So I'm just going to tap on that scene on my timeline. And then over on the right-hand edge of that, you can see that it's this thick black edge to it. If you grab that and pull it to the right-hand side, just extend your scene out. Right, now then this little white scene here that it gave me, I don't want. So there's 3 dot, delete that. Don't want it. Now then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this scene. So I'm going to 3 dots.
Handy.
3 dots and duplicate this scene. So it doesn't duplicate the voiceover. It just duplicates the actual, what we see there, the scene itself. Now then, with this second scene, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, right, what are the 3 things I want to talk about? Well, laptop, I want to talk about that. TV, I'm going to talk about that. And let's talk about the car as well. Okay, those 3. So let's delete the oven, bin. Delete the tablet, bin. My chart, I want to delete. Now, notice on the iPad, when you choose a chart, it doesn't actually have a little bin icon above it anywhere.
Ah.
Yeah, and so if you want to delete a chart, you actually need to hold your finger down on it and choose delete.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I know. It's funny, isn't it?
No, it's a bit
right. So there's my 3 things that I want to talk about when I'm going to be animating. If I want to change my background, obviously I can just go to Elements, go to Backgrounds. I'm searching here for something like climate. There we go. And I can just choose something different in here, like Dom's clouds, maybe. There we go. I get rid of measured in hours, but I quite like the Stat Wars at the top. I'm going to keep that there. I think it looks kind of nice that it stays there when I go from scene to scene.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay. What's now, Dom?
Right. Good stuff. Okay. Let me get myself on the screen. There we go. I changed my background because I thought the other one wasn't very good. So now, I don't know what you're going to want to do with this. I think you probably should do this as well, but it will be slightly different on the iPad. Is we're going to put a little presenter in there. You up for that, Mr. Jones?
Absolutely. What a great idea.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to media. So if you're on a laptop, if you're using the browser to access Adobe Express, apart, as opposed to the iPad, then you go over to media and you'll see animate characters is just there. Give it a little click. Now, if you're in the iPad, you'll need to go back to your home screen and do it that way. But Mr. Jones will show you how to do this. In the meantime, let's check it out. Ooh, Terry, he's a new one. Hello, Terry. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. So it could be Terry. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what about that. I mean, is a wrestler too silly for climate change?
I think everybody's got a part to play in climate change. So
good answer. Maybe Emerson. I think it's going to have to be Emerson. Yeah. So I'm going to put Emerson in here. Now, in terms of a background, I'm going to make sure that it's on transparent because I want him to sit on my graphic and be able to see all the things behind. So that's going to be good for me. And then down here, there's a little button. You can see it down here. Enhance speech. Just toggle that on. And then we're going to record. Now, what am I going to say? I'm going to say something like the 3 items I identified where I could make a change were the car, the tablet, and the TV. All those things were in my control. So I'll do something like that. So let's record. If you put that enhanced speech on, doesn't matter how busy your classroom is, it will only pick up your voice. It's an absolute winner. Game changer. Do it. Of the energy devices in my house, I identified 3. The car, the TV, and the tablet as things that I could reduce usage on. Now that voiceover, with the 3 choices that I made in order to, reduce my effect on the climate, for example, just thinking about energy consumption. You can see there, we've got a little percentage up here. You can see it's computing lip sync. It's listening to my voice and it's saying, wow, what an incredible voiceover that person just made. I need to give it some absolute big licks with my arms, moving my head. You can see all of these little joints he's got. And we'll see exactly what they're going to do with Emerson in order to match it to my voice. We're nearly there now. 86. Yeah, here we go. And we'll be able to do a little preview by opening it up here. So a little look.
Of the energy devices in my house, I identified 3. The car, the TV, and the tablet as things that I could reduce usage on.
Nice.
Great.
That was cool. Now, one of the reasons why I kind of put my objects to one side was to make sure that I had enough space for my character here. And that's a done deal there. I think the only thing that I'm going to add to that is maybe I'll go back to this first one, click my text here, 3 dots, and I'll copy it, go back to my scene, and then I'll double click on the side here, paste that in, and here I'll put something like, I'll change this to something like 3 devices where I can reduce consumption, something like that. Now, because I don't know if you remember before, do you remember, Mr. Jones, that I actually reduced my line spacing?
I do remember you doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it's sort of creating problems for me now, I think. So I'm just going to go in and bring my line spacing up again. I think maybe this is too narrow. I'm going to have to bring it onto 2. There we go. Something like that. And I can pop that in there. There we go. 3 devices where I can reduce consumption. Right. Mr. Jones, how on earth are you going to tackle this one?
Oh, that's easy. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. No.
Easy.
Right. So here's my second scene. So I just need to make a note in my mind, of the 3 things that I want to talk about, because I won't see this when I'm recording my character's voice. So it's laptop, TV, car. So laptop, TV, car. Right. So on the iPad, we actually need to jump out of the project to get animate our character and then bring that character back into a project. Okay. A little bit more complicated, but no big deal. Right. So to get out of a project, in the top left-hand corner, you'll see the Adobe Express icon, top left. There we go. And now we're going to tap on the blue tile that says animate your voice. So I'm going to tap on that. And it opens up the same panel that Dom just showed you.
Ooh, hello.
So
That's not a bad idea for it to be a plant.
Yeah, plant works. Or I might go for Ramirez.
Yeah, Ramirez.
Ramirez looks
Legend.
as if he knows what he's talking about. Right.
Yeah, he does. Bit of a spod.
Yeah, so there we go. If you're in a noisy room, switch on the enhanced speech. I'm not, so I'm going to leave it off. So my 3 things were laptop,
Yes.
TV,
Yes.
cam. Right.
Yes.
So here we go. Background needs to be transparent. Okay, so choose a character. Make sure sometimes when you choose a character, they look like this. Okay, they're cropped. So just make sure that you can see all of your character, because you can always crop it later when you bring it into the project, but you can't uncrop it if you've cropped it here. So make sure you can see all of your character there. Right, background is transparent, and I'm ready to go. I'm going to tap record at the bottom. It'll ask you to allow the microphone, and then it's not going to show it on your screen, but it's going to count me down from 3, and I'm going to record. The 3 things that I think I could reduce usage of is my laptop, because I sometimes let it sleep at night, and my TV, because it's often going to itself in the living room and nobody's there, and my car, because I could walk around town and not drive as much as I do. Okay, so then I had a little blue done button there that you couldn't see whilst I was recording. So I've tapped on that.
It's a rare moment of honesty from you there, really.
What?
In all of those confessions.
Are you saying that I'm inherently dishonest? Normally you lie all the time.
No, I mean, like it was a nice moment of candor.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Alcon's here with the project naming police.
There he is. He's never not here.
Yeah.
If we switched Mr. Alcorn off, we could probably save loads of carbon.
Well,
he's always on.
Well, I know he is. His computer's always on. He's on a live lesson when he's not on a live lesson.
I know, so, yeah. Exactly. Makes you wonder if that computer should have been on at all.
No, man. So it's lip syncing my voice to Ramirez's face. There we go. It's done. Now then, what's different? This is where it's different. With Dom's project, when you add a character within a project, it just, once it reaches this point, it just whacks it onto your canvas. Yeah. I don't get that option. I need to open this in an editor and then copy it over. So I need to click on Open in Editor, and it's going to open that up. Okay, and it's owned the project.
Mr. Alcorn's very happy about his show.
You've upset him now. You've upset him now, Dom. That's it. You've done it. Right, so you can see I've opened it up. It's in its own project. There it is. That's fine. But I want to get that into my other project. So that's all I need
to do that.
Is hold my finger down on Ramirez's head and choose copy. And now I'm just going to jump back out to the homepage by tapping on the Express icon, top left-hand corner. And down at the bottom of my screen, you'll see the recent projects. So the project we've been working on, the infographic is that second one in.
Yes.
Let's just open that up. It actually will take you to the second page. You see it says page 2 of 2 up at the top. Now it's opened it up in a condensed timeline. So I am going to tap that little button at the bottom right that says edit timeline. Right.
Yeah.
And now I can bring this over to this empty scene. Hold my finger down on the gray outside of my canvas and choose paste. That's going to paste Ramirez in there. It looks a little bit funny.
Ramirez.
Once it pasted in, it looks a bit weird, doesn't it? It's kind of...
It does do this, doesn't it?
Yeah, but don't worry, it's just processing it. There we go, it's done.
Yeah. Hey,
so now I can pop him in. And you see now, if I want him to kind of be a little bit cropped off the side of the page or at the bottom page, I can.
Yeah.
There we go. And let's have a look. See how it looks. The 3 things that I think I could reduce usage of is my laptop.
Ooh.
Oh, when I pasted it in, it's pasted it in, but it hasn't changed the length of the scene. Okay. Now, when in the way Dom showed you on the browser, it actually changes the length of the scene for you. So I am going to need to just extend that scene out, basically until Ramirez disappears. Keep going.
Yes.
And at some point,
Okay.
there he disappears. So that's the end of his clip. Right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at it. The three things that I think I could reduce usage of is my laptop, because I sometimes let it sleep at night, and my TV, because it's often going to itself in the living room and nobody's there, and my car, because I could walk around town and not drive as much as I do. Cool. Now, he actually kind of pointed in the right direction to the car.
Yeah, he did.
When he was talking about TV, he looked up. So let's just swap my laptop and my TV around. Because then it'll just, I think, oh, but days, what's going on here, Dom? Right, let's try that again. There we go. I'm going to pop my laptop and my car down there, and then my TV is going to be a little bit bigger up at the top. Yeah. And now I think that's going to work quite nicely with the way that he speaks. And my TV, because it's often going to itself in the living room and nobody's there, and my car, because I could
there we go.
around.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. There we go.
That worked really well. Okie dokie. Am I back on?
You are. Well, you're not,
right.
But there we go. Yeah, you are.
There we go. Right. So we've got our first scene where we did a bit of a voiceover. Then we got our mini presenter in for the second one. And then all you've got to do then, I say all, I mean, it's not tricky actually, is then you got to go to, you're going to put a third scene in where you take this data that you produced first time and produce new results. So the easiest way to do this is to go to your first scene, go to the three dots down here, give it a click, duplicate scene, and it will immediately put it in right next to the one from before. Okay, I'm just going to use this little timeline to make it bigger and smaller so we can see what's going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this second scene, and if I click and hold and then start moving it around, you can see that I can just pop it to the end. And then here is where we can go in and say, well, we reduced our data in this one. So let's go and click on our pie chart. And we said that the car, I mean, maybe I'll bring it down to 1.5. I'm feeling very eco now. Maybe the tablet is going to be 1 hour and TV is going to be 1 hour. Oof. So you can see now, I know, major changes in the household. There's going to be some kicking off, I think.
Yeah, it's going to go down well.
Yeah, I know. My daughter's going to go absolutely bananas. And then we can move around our kind of graphics here to make sure that it's still in the right place. I mean, could I reduce dishwasher? Maybe I could put it on an eco, like a kind of an eco wash, but I don't know. I've taken 3 steps. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Washing machine is still absolutely dominating.
It is.
Along with
it is.
Washing machine, but hey, I'm not really sure we can do much about that. Now, once I've done that, I think the only things that I think I'm going to change here, I'm just looking at the time, is we've got like a background on this one, and kind of this purple clouds one. Then we've got this one, which is the winds of change.
Yeah.
And then the final one here, we could change the background on this, give it a click. And then on the left-hand side, you can see you've got this replace button over here. Give it a click. And it says, what do you want to replace it with? Well, I'm going to go to backgrounds. And because I've made a change, now the world is a better place and everything's kind of sunny. So let's have a look here.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I know. It was a good idea, even when I thought about it. And now that I'm doing it in practice, it's even better. So let's go and find, I mean, what's it going to be? I guess I don't want it to be too sunny, because then it might be like, wow, the world is hotting up. I guess I just want it to be nice and bright and cheerful. Maybe something like that. Is that bright and cheerful?
Yes, it's nice.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. So here, now that I've done that, this is my final graphic here. And then all I'm going to do is, rather than put another animate from audio character in there, just going to record a voiceover. So get my playhead to the start of this scene, because it will record from wherever your playhead is. That'll go there. Go over to media on the left-hand side. Record voiceover. Let's change to the Razer Siren Mini, which is my headphone, microphone. Start recording. I made 3 significant changes. I reduced car usage by an hour and a half, tablet use by 2 hours down to 1, and finally TV usage from 2 to 1 as well. Now, as always, you can see down the bottom here, it's put my voiceover. My voiceover is longer than my scene, so just grab your scene, put it over the end there, and then this kind of ghost scene. I'm just going to click the 3 dots, delete the scene, and then your video is done, bar a couple of small changes, which I'm going to do. But after Mr. Jones has been on, your video is kind of done now. Right, let's see what you've got, Jones.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to duplicate that first scene. So it'll help you maybe to shrink down your timeline. Okay, so bottom right, you can just shrink down your timeline all the way to the, not quite the smallest. I need to be able to grab that first scene. There we go. 3 dots, duplicate. There we go. So I've got to duplicate that scene. Now let's just hold that and drag it. Let's hold that and drag it. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Good. So that's popped at the end. So let's just extend that scene out to be really long, and that saves you that ghost scene thing that we've been having. If you remember to make your scene really long before recording the voiceover, then you just need to trim it back once you've done. So let's do my voiceover first. I know I haven't changed my chart yet, so let's just do the voiceover first, and then audio and record voiceover. Allow the microphone. Start recording. It'll count me down. You're not going to see it, and I'm going to record, and then click done. Here's how my usage hours will look if I make these really important changes. Here we go. So there's my voiceover down there. So now I can trim that scene back, and I don't have that kind of...
You could trim it back, couldn't you? Otherwise, you could give people the opportunity to actually look at your data.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So now I need to change that data. So I'm just going to click on my chart, and I was going to bring my laptop down because I wasn't going to leave it asleep overnight. So I'm going to bring that down. Car's going to come down to 1.5, and then my other one was the TV is going to come down to 1.5 as well. There we go. Now you just need to check: has that meant that your little icons are in the wrong place? So just have a quick look. Maybe you're going to need to move some stuff around. There we go. There we go. There, buddies. Just crop my oven. Cool. Now then, I want to change my background to show that things have improved. So I could just go straight to elements, straight to backgrounds, and then just grab something. So what about nature? Something like that is quite cool. Oh, it's a bit distracting, isn't it? Let's grab something a little bit plainer. That's quite nice. It's a bit difficult to read the key at the bottom there, so maybe I could just change the text color
of the key. Yeah.
No.
Bring it down ever so slightly into the...
Maybe I'll tap my... I'm going to tap my background, and I'm going to bring the opacity of that down a bit. There we go.
Yeah, or bring the brightness up in adjustments, maybe. I just did that for mine.
Yeah. So there we go. That's done.
Yeah. Right. We have got a little bit of time left, so let's scooch over here. What am I going to do in order to kind of bring this all together? Well, I mean, I might do something like I've got Stat Wars Climate Change Challenge on the first and the third scene. Maybe I'll go there and do my 3 dots and copy it, and then go back to my second scene, and maybe I'll paste it in there, and then maybe I'll bring my icons down so they're a bit smaller so I can fit them around my friend Emerson here. Pop that down there.
That character is brilliant.
Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? It's actually quite a strange one, I think. Yeah, pop them down there if you want. Just give yourself a bit more space. So you could do that to give some consistency between scenes. You see there, Star Wars looks like it's always ever present, which is quite cool. Quite
Yeah.
Yum. And then also, hey, why don't you put soundtrack on it?
Oh yes.
Why not?
Get some music in there. I think Dom's going to choose a lo-fi soundtrack, and he may even add a dissolve transition effect. I'm just predicting. I'm just thought I'd start the premonition.
Oh, lo-fi. Let's go for lo-fi.
Do you know how long I've been saving that? I've been saving that up for an hour since 5 minutes into the lesson. You called me out for putting an outline on my text, and I was like, all right, I'll have it.
There you go. It's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Ambient lo-fi beats. That's the one. It's just an absolute stone cold banger. Just love it. I just feel like I need to be walking around all day with that going on. And then, because if I test it now, you see. Hello and welcome to Stat Wars. You can kind of hear it, but this needs to come down to like 20%. Yeah, maybe like 15.
Do you do yoga to that music every morning?
Yeah, no, exactly. While I'm having matcha lattes and I don't know, eating like spirulina or whatever it is.
Your Tibetan bells,
Just feeling stretchy and lycra. And then I'm gonna fade in and out on it. Why not? And then the next thing I'm going to do is go in between my scenes. Little plus there.
You know what's coming.
Add a transition.
Oh, what transition are you going to go for, Dom?
Oh, it's got to be dipped to white. It's going to be dipped to white on all of them. Yeah, and I'm going to apply it to all scenes. And I'm going to watch it back through gritted teeth. So let's have a look and see how this comes out. Hello and welcome to Stat Wars. Here is a pie chart on energy devices that I use on a daily basis, measured in hours.
Of the energy devices in my house, I identified 3: the car, the TV, and the tablet as things that I could reduce usage on.
I made 3 significant changes. I reduced car usage by an hour and a half, tablet use by 2 hours down to 1, and finally TV usage from 2 to 1 as well. Look at that lovely fade out there.
I have no idea why you wouldn't have used a dissolver at all. I think it would have been
just thought dip to white would have been the classy man's choice. Anyway, you finish that off. You've got a few minutes to redeem yourself here. Come on then.
There we go. So I want some music. So I'm going to go to media on the left-hand side, and under audio, remember that's where we've come twice to record our voiceovers. So this time I just want some background music. So I'm going to scroll down. I've got some different categories. Now then, you see where my playhead is on my timeline, the black line. It's on my 3rd scene at the moment. So if I added music right now, it would actually just pop it in there. So before
can you try that now? Because I'm not convinced that it would.
Okay, let's try it. Yeah, maybe we've just been saying that all along and it's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've gone into background because, funnily enough, that's a pretty good place to find background music.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to scroll down, if my iPad lets me.
No.
No.
iPad says no.
Let's try some healthy business. Perfect. Right. So I'm going to tap on the name and let's see where it pops it in my timeline. Yes, it's put it on the whole thing. So it doesn't matter where your playhead is. There we go. That's good. As Dom said, this is at 100%, which is a little excessive. So let's bring that down to about 15. Let's fade it out as well because that's just pro. So let's just try that at the beginning. Welcome to Stat Wars. Here are the devices that I use in my house, measured in hours. The 3 things that I think I could reduce. Yeah, this is going well. So I think maybe that music is still a touch loud, actually. So let's just bring it down to 10. Right, now then, transition. So you see there, between my 2 scenes, when I tap on any scene, I've got this little plus icon. So if I tap on that, I can add a transition. And I think the only one to go for in this project would be a dissolve, really. Now, what's magic about that is that because the text is the same in everyone, it's going to look as if it's going to look as if everything else is dissolving and the text is staying the same. So it's actually going to be a really cool effect with the dissolve. This is probably the best example of using dissolve as a transition.
God. I'm not going to sleep tonight. You know that, don't you?
So let's play that from the beginning and just keep an eye on how the text stays still and everything else dissolves behind it. It's going to be the best example of a transition you'll have seen. Welcome to Stat Wars. Here are the devices that I use in my house measured in hours. The three things that I think I could reduce usage of is my laptop, because I sometimes let it sleep.
That's what
night.
you hear.
Okay.
That was unbelievable. That was Champions League status. That was unbelievable. Can you believe someone would have done a fade to white there, dipped to white? It's incredible. What a choice to make. Well, there you go. What can you do? Such is life. Hey, come on, show us how to share it then, or shall I do that?
Right. Well, yeah, you show us. It's the same on both. So show us. The button's a bit bigger on the browser.
Yeah, there you go. So if you want to download, you can download up here. I wouldn't normally recommend downloading videos really, but if you do, you can go to 720 because that is
plenty.
Yes, and then you can go to share. This would be a better way to share a video, I think. Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, you can send it directly there. Google Drive, OneDrive, or you can click a view only link and create a link. And that is also good for your page. You can see you've got page 1 of 2, which is your static graphic from the first bit, and page 2 of 2, which is your video. And you can create a link for them both. Right, last thing just before we go is don't forget that what we talked about before. This is actually like a tiny little snippet from the Stat Wars Climate Change Challenge. £5,000 worth of prizes. It's a great school competition. And the button to enter the Stat Wars competition, which is run by Primary Engineer, an engineering kind of primary school initiative, is just there. Give it a click. One of the things they said was the people who make the best infographics are the ones who win the prizes. That's why we've done it. Show you how to make the best infographics. So get stuck into the competition. It's not a big one at all. Get your infographic going. And I'm sure you've got to be in it to win it, haven't you? You've got a really good chance. So get it done. All right, then. That's that. Good job, everyone.
Yeah.
That's what he's got. Yeah.
And you, Dom. That was a great challenge. I really like it when we start off with an infographic and then kind of, develop it, adding animation and voiceovers and things like that. I think that's really fun.
Adding animation. You made it sound you just made it sound world class.
Oh, thanks. It's what I do. Yeah, there it is. Right. Hey, guys. Tomorrow is our Road Safety Week lesson.
It is.
So if you fancy coming to 2 lessons back to back, then, there's no shame in that. So get signed up for it, teachers.
Yeah, it's a big one. Do you know what? I think it's down to be our most popular one of the whole year.
Yeah, road safety is,
it's amazing.
It's important. So we got some really fun challenges based
have
on...
we?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Okay.
So get signed up for that. bit.ly/Adobe Leaders, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow. If not, we've got some sessions coming up next week, and then we're into the Christmas period.
Christmas just got launched. Oh my days! If you go to that link on there, we've just put a load of Christmas sessions on. Blimey!
There's 4 Christmas sessions, I think.
Yeah,
there's 4 Christmas sessions, and then we've got. It's for schools in Wales, but anybody's welcome to come along. We got a special lesson for Llywelyn ein Llyw Olaf, who was the last Prince of Wales.
Llywelyn the last, yeah.
Yes. So
and also St Andrew's Day coming up.
Yeah, of course. That's next week.
That's the 28th, isn't it?
Blimey. Yeah.
Blimey.
So get signed up for those. We'll see you there.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks very much for coming, everyone, and we will see you on the next.